Welcome to Final Exam Review, Pre-Calculus students. So in this video, I'm going to cover Unit 1, Topic 8, given a polynomial function and a factor with multiplicities, find all the roots. In order to do this, we're going to have to use the tabular method. So just a reminder to find your number of rows, which go left and right. That's the highest exponent of the denominator, plus 1. And for your number of columns, the highest exponent of the numerator minus the highest exponent of the denominator plus 1. So if we take a look at one of these questions, okay, so here we have this polynomial function, and x equals -1 is a 0 with a multiplicity of 2. So if x equals -1 is the 0, the factor is x plus 1. So if you imagine dividing this, oh my goodness, let's try that again, by x plus 1. So if we have this polynomial divided by x plus 1. So for the number of rows, you take your highest exponent here, plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, so we have 2 rows. Columns, subtract the exponents, 5 minus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the numerator on all of these diagonals here. So 2x to the 5th, x to the 4th, minus 22x to the 3rd, and so on and so forth. On the right, we're going to put our divisor. And then just a reminder on how we actually did this. You're starting here in the top left, bringing this term up into this box here, and then thinking about, okay, x times what gives you 2x to the 5th. So that's 2x to the 4th. And then you're just distributing 2x to the 4th times 1 is 2x to the 4th. So this is 2x to the 4th. You need these to sum up to a positive 1x to the 4th. So that's got to be a -1. And then playing the same game, like x times what gives you -1x to the 4th, negative x cubed. And then you distribute, this is -1x cubed. You need this diagonal here to add up to -22. So that's -21. And I like just drawing these here. Oops. This next diagonal here, these would have to add up to -12. This next diagonal, these have to add up to 36. They're telling you -1 is a 0. So these last two numbers have to be the same, which means your remainder is 0. So x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. Now, they've gone on to say this has a multiplicity of 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the same process again, except now you're going to use your quotient, this 2x to the 4th minus x cubed, and set this up again. Now it's just going to have 4 columns instead of 3. You're going to follow the same process, and where you're starting in this top left corner and then working your way from there. These have to add up to -1. These have to add up to -21. These have to add up to 9, and so on and so forth. Just showing you again, 27, 27. That's the same exact number. So 27 minus 27, the remainder is 0. So x plus 1 again is another factor. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your quotient now, because the original polynomial was to the 5th power. So it's going to have 5 total zeros. So you take this quotient, which is here. It's 4 terms, so you're just going to use factoring by grouping. So if we do that here, just pulling out the GCF from both to get down to here, and then combining the two greatest common factors to get this factor. X squared is equal to 9. Don't forget that's going to give you 2 roots, so plus or minus this other root. X equals 3/2, so that's 3 of the zeros. And -1 with a multiplicity of 2 is the 4th and the 5th 0. So that's how you're going to do the Unit 1 Topic 8 questions.